What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. Feels good to be, finally back in this thing. I got my co-host, Mr. Sean Taylor, back off his hiatus.
What's
Hey,
up, good people?
looking relaxed, man. I'm telling you, it did you some
Yeah, man.
good, man. Looking relaxed, man. Looking
Yeah,
relaxed.
man. It's good to take a break from social media, man, so you can decompress, man, from all the nonsense, man. It's good to, just to have that balance, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, because all the mindless drivel that you have to endure on social media, the misinformation, the lies, the cattiness, the infighting, the whatever. Dude, at a certain point, it's like, you know what? I don't even want to listen to these people. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not making any sense. I got to get off this platform.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
yeah, and
sometimes you
then
have to do that.
and guys, I'm telling you right now, I already know some guys are like, oh no, man, I gotta have that. Dude, cleanse your timeline, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those booty models that you following, unfollow. Unfollow. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so much better. Unfollow them. Just stop liking their stuff. Please stop DMing them. Stop DMing them. Stop trying to talk to them, and just clear them off your timeline. You don't need that in your life. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so much better, man. But man, y'all see the topic today, man. We're talking about a lack of appreciation.
Mm.
And when we brought this up, we talked about how it can go so many different ways. But we won't bury the lead, of course, because the main thing people want to hear about is the lack of appreciation within relationships. But this stuff, it goes beyond relationships, especially goes beyond romantic relationships. Just think about the relationships you have with your family, relationships you may have with your parents, children, business relationship, work relationships. I mean, just in all facets of your life, different interactions and relationships that you have with people, and the lack of appreciation that you may get. And, especially as a man, one of the things about being a man is, as a man, you're always just expected to do things. Like, this is just something that you're supposed to do. So once people are in that mode of, okay, this is what men do and that's what they're supposed to do, there's usually a lack of appreciation. And it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your wife, girlfriend, kids, work, job, doesn't matter. And this goes both ways too for women as well. You can get a lack of appreciation when people feel like this is something that you should already be doing.
Right. This is true. Um, but it's important to have I posted something, man, about um I'm surprised it didn't get, but it is what it is. But I posted something. It was it's just listening, you know, something that as a dude I have fell short of, just dealing with just certain things in just my life, just dealing with you know listening but not comprehending objectively. So, and sometimes us men, we can get so caught up into uh, the alpha male of ourselves, and and not listening can cause not list as a man, not listening to your woman can cause a lot of problems.
Yes.
But just not hearing her voice. Um, I posted something that you want to listen to her, you want to protect her heart. It's not what you say to her; it's always how you say it and your delivery. Nobody's perfect, and you don't want to jeopardize losing your good thing because men we have our mood swings too.
Yeah.
But we don't. Sometimes we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to admit that as men. You want to show her you can change, show her that, but show her change that she can really see. Also in the post I say, she's been through enough. And me and my brother had this conversation about, um, and I made up in my mind, be on for me that I'm not going to really I'm not going to indulge or harp on relationships so much, because when it comes to relationships, people aren't rational when it
Yeah.
comes to relationships. So I actually like, God, I'm done. I ain't saying I'm whatever. I said, because people aren't rational, and some things can be misconstrued or misunderstood. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my realm. I'm gonna stick to fitness. Because I've always said I'm not no fitness guru, but sometimes you can just be given ideas to make us both better on each side, and sometimes some things can be taken misconstrued, can be misconstrued. So I was like, you know what, I'm going for me. I'm just
Yeah.
going. I'm going. But I posted this about just us as men listening to women. She's been through enough. You have to think about the trauma women have been through in their past with men, which is our fault. And you know what? In my past, I'm just as guilty.
Yeah.
So I can't talk about something without taking responsibility of the wrong that I've done. Yeah, because women have gone through a lot of trauma, and where they are in the present state is because of based off the things that they've been through in the past. But so it's important to listen to her, because she can be trying to tell you something, but you're not comprehending or listening objectively. And both people, men and women, both have been through things, but you also have to understand that you gotta, always fight to let her know that she's that one for you. You don't want to live with it,
Yeah.
and you don't want to live without. I mean, that you can't live without, because pride and love don't mix. You either drop your pride for her or love her over your pride. And I spoke on pride. Man, it's crazy, man. The things that I've been writing about or thinking about. Me and my brother, we've had conversations, and we had a deep conversation about pride. And pride, man, I think it's in, my brother brought it to my attention, 1 Peter 5:5, that God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. And you can
Yeah.
take that statement. When he told me that yesterday, it gut punched me, because when you have pride above anything else, you're never going to win. You're going to lose. It's like pride. I posted today, pride is like running in place, not going nowhere. That's what
Yeah.
it does to you. There's nothing never good that comes from being proud. So sometimes as us men, man, we have to listen to our women more. But you also got to understand that, you know, she got trauma that she's been through. So when she is speaking to you, you got to listen to what the message within the message that she's actually delivering to you. Because when you listen and you start making changes, because, Steve Harvey said it best, a man is going to change for the woman he wants to change for. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He is. He's not going to change for every woman. He's going to change for that one woman that he feels as if that's worth it. And first change that he's going to make is starting to listen and comprehending objectively, so he can understand her better. So that's just our job as men. Men, we're normally fixers. We want to know what's wrong, whatever, whatever. But I'm just piggybacking off of what you're saying, man, because that, all these things, man, pride is, and B, you may agree or disagree. When it comes to problems, situations, or circumstances, or adversity, pride is somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Pride is somewhere in there, which is causing a lot of the problems. And my brother said something, man, I thought was, I said, God, I mean, he was on one last night, man. He was just shooting that neck. He said, man, I'd rather have peace than to be right.
Yeah.
And that resonated something with me. And I said, man, that's something I got to work on. That is something
Yeah.
I definitely have to work on. But my thing about it is, as when if you're a real man, you got to understand or take responsibility and accountability of your mishaps, because when you start to change in a positive way, if you're a true leader, she's gonna follow that.
Right. I believe that.
Right.
And I think when it comes to the lack of appreciation, you got to put the blame squarely on men,
Right.
because why are you dealing with people who are not appreciating your efforts? not appreciating what you go through day to day to make their reality, their to basically fund their lifestyle, or provide for them, protect them, being caring or whatever. And that's on you as a man.
Right.
If you're dealing with somebody and they're not appreciative of it and they're not reciprocating that same energy, it's time to move on. Either you have a conversation, of course, you have a conversation, you talk about it, and just appreciating people, period, for the things that they do. Because, okay, yeah, a woman does this and a man does this, but the thing is, especially today, I don't have to do any of those things. I mean, that's what's like, if you got a dad and you're able to pick up the phone and call and talk to him, regardless of who he is, how he is, be thankful for that and appreciate that, because it's people who can't do that, you know.
Right.
And you take it for granted. You take that, whether they're people sacrifice or whatever. Because when it comes to parents to children, we already know parenting is a thankless job anyway. I mean, you may get some appreciation on the back end once we get older, get smarter, and realize, like, oh, you didn't have a handbook and you was really doing the best you could do. I am thankful for that. You may get that on the back end, but sometimes you just get that. It's whatever.
Right. I get it. I get it. Um, and you know what? That does happen. Um, but for me, I always go with the cause and effect thing. Why are things after a while when you're like, man, I can't figure out this problem, then you have to go back in the lab and find where the root of the problem is derived from. Where is it starting? And you got to get to the root of the problem, because once you get to the root of it and you have a conversation, now we can rectify the issue between the both of us. So as a man, you always in school, brother.
Yeah.
We don't know it all. There's no perfect handbook on anything from raising kids, marriage. There's no perfect handbook on it. To me, I think there's a perfect handbook. I would say it's the Bible. You should follow those rules. But bottom line is, man, there's no you have to you have to acknowledge the errors in your own self in order to be better. But just having a conversation with my brother on last night, it was I would say maybe he was on the phone for about 20 minutes, man. It's just the nuggets that he was throwing, but those nuggets came from a place of growth. And a
Yeah.
man has to allow himself. He has to allow himself of being open minded to grow to be a better man, a better listener. You know what I'm saying? Because listening, listening is one of the key things that sometimes as men we miss. You know, when we listen to understand and to comprehend better, now we can get to a better place. Now we can move on to the next thing. But we got to be open minded, in opposed to, again, that pride and ego runs hands in hand, man. If you don't push pride in the way, I don't care who you are. If you never push it out the way, you're gonna keep losing. You're gonna continue to losing. Pride is something that you've got to let go. I'm telling you, B, pride is the root of a lot of problems, brother.
Yeah.
It's a root of a lot of problems that we refuse to acknowledge. So when he threw that at me, that he would rather have peace than to be right, that was a real powerful thing. And let me tell you something, man. My little brother is not um, some weak dude or some mealy mouth guy or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to know him to know him.
Hmm.
So, but the brother got some wisdom though. He's got wisdom, common sense, and logic rolled up into knowing, that word, man. Because at the end of the day, man, what I'm learning every day, slowly though, we can, as men, we can set up the direction for the peace. based off of how we lead and how we react.
Yeah, we're in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
at the
mean,
end of the
that's
day, it begins and it ends with us. It's always going to be. And I said this before. When the big man upstairs knocking on the door, he's not asking for her. He asking for you. He coming looking for you. Why is he coming
yeah,
looking for you? Why would God be coming looking for the man? Be instead of why would he come looking for you first instead of her?
because we're first. With the
Exactly.
responsibility lies with us. We're the
Exactly.
protectors. We're the providers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're
Just
the
like if a foreign country comes knocking on the door, who's going to answer the door? Is it going to be the men or is it going to be the women?
yeah. And if that woman's answering the door, and that dude and that dude's sitting there, what are you gonna say?
Right.
You're like, I'm looking for where's that man at? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Because
Something go
you have
bump
to
in the night.
right. You have to, as men, we may not like this, and this was something that I've always have struggled with. We may not like this, but all the responsibility falls on you, brother.
Yeah.
You have to when you change your attitude, when you change your position, you change your disposition, when you change um, going from being closed-minded to open-minded, when you change and stop talking to her like she's a child, when you change, start being empathetic instead of non-empathetic, and start being sympathetic and start being when you change how you talk to her,
Mm-hmm.
things are going to change. But you have to make that change. And you may feel as if, man, everything is on you. It's hard being a man, man, brother. I mean, too much is given, much is required. We got to make that change, regardless whether we like it or not, agree with it or not, period. Because if God knocked on that door, he ain't looking for her, he looking at you. Okay, what are you doing
Yeah.
to make the situation better so she can follow your lead?
Yeah. Your job as a man is entirely too tough, too hard, too taxing, too time consuming, too dangerous for you to be doing it for someone who doesn't appreciate it. Point blank, period. That point blank, period. Because as you grow as a man, as you stop taking crap, disrespect, you start to really, really grow up and you decide you want to be with somebody, you want to provide and protect, have a family, whatever. That vetting process and who you choose is the most important decision you're going to make in your life. At the very least, it needs to be somebody who appreciates your efforts. At the very least. And so I got a video, matter of fact, and I'm going to show you what lack of appreciation looks like in real time. Let's see. Here we go. So it's a woman admits to divorcing her loving husband for no other reason than wanting more money. And this is one of those reality shows. I think it's called Married with Money or Married to Money, or something like that. I don't watch these shows, but people like them. So, but this is a little snippet right here.
Been divorced before. My first marriage, we made all of the mistakes. Unfortunately, he passed away.
So why did you guys get a divorce?
Because I really wanted something different. It's very unfortunate because he was the most loving, kind person. I had all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level. And I saw him work all of the time. It's one thing to like work and work and work from like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, day in, day out, and still have no resources. And for me to work, do the same, and just want a different life.
So, long story short, you wanted a different life and lifestyle than he was able to provide. And so you said, you know what, this, I'm out of here. I need more money.
I was selfish and took advantage of a real unfortunate situation, which was he loved me and David unconditionally, completely unconditionally. And when you love someone like that, you really accept their flaws and you accept less than what you should. So really, I should have been a better wife. Every time we saw each other, like you knew that was your soulmate, right?
Wow, I mean, so he was your soulmate.
It's hard because I knew how he still felt about me.
He just loved you.
He really did.
And you broke his heart. Oh, don't cry, too.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but one of the things that I noticed in that was she said that we made mistakes. We. Ma'am. This is obvious. And she had a child, Sean. She had a child. So he was taking care of her and her child, working sun up to sundown. And she was just like, you know what? I can't take this no more. We're not making enough money. And that's fine. That's fine. You can make your decision. But she left him. And then after she left him, he died. He died seemingly, I think, from stress. And they say like a broken heart. That was one of the things that's what he died from. And it's very clear that she did not appreciate that man while he was living. That's guilt on her now. That's nothing but guilt. And she's going to have to live with that guilt for the rest of her life. But I am not sacrificing, putting in effort, putting in this work for somebody, because this is the guy's fault. This isn't her fault. I'm not putting this on her because he made that decision. So there are signs, there are things that are going to tell you where this person is probably not the best person for you to invest in. This person is probably not the best person for you to shorten your lifespan for. That's where men got to take the accountability in the situation from this.
I don't even know where to start with that whole situation, because I'm not, and I don't even know where to start with that one, man. I was just listening to it and I was like, it was.
Oh, and she's married now. She's married now to another guy, black man, right, who's right, highly successful. Mm-hmm. So this is a question now, Sean. So she was unhappy in her marriage, and so she traded up. She was like, you know what? I'm out. I want more money. So now when this black man who is highly successful, once she hit a certain age and she doesn't look the way she looks now, should he not trade up? Would that not be fair? Because that's what she did.
You know what, man? Me, man, as I'm 52 years old, man. So as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more wiser in my decision making. I'm not a tick for tack dude. When you're tick for tack, that's a sign of immaturity, and that you have to grow up. Because for me, there's a lot of people out here who want someone to love them unconditionally, but then again, they're carrying a Mack truck of conditions. Yeah. And she seemed like she had a good dude who loved her unconditionally. And obviously she was loving that dude based off condition, based off the money that he made. Yep. I personally, based off having a conversation with my mother, I know in my mind and my heart that wasn't love. I don't know what it was, but it definitely wasn't love. But she admitted, she was transparent and admitted in her dealings and her doing. For some people, man, it's not about love. It's about security. Yes. It's about what you can do for the other person. Some people, they just operate that way. But I'm not, my mom said it best. When you become a real grown person, you don't do tick for tack like you're a kid in elementary school. B, I'm like, I'm gonna shortcut my blessings. If somebody do me wrong, I'm gonna turn around and do them wrong, because the
Yeah.
test is in your reaction. That's what a
Yeah.
true test of. The test of you, your blessing is in your reaction. When you do tick for tack for a person, you just as wrong and held liable as they are. So I'm not going to, uh, I'm not going to get on that level of negativity of being low based off of my emotional state just to get back at that person because of what they did. I ain't built that way, man. I mean, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was very immature, doing the tick for tack. You do this to me, I'm gonna do that to you. In the end, you still lose.
I just leave.
Um,
There's
um,
no need to do that.
yeah, there's no need to do that, but people do that every day. And you got to learn valuable lessons. There's nothing gained by that. You said it best. She has to live. She has to live and look at herself in the mirror every day based off the decision that she made. But it's not our job to be judge, jury, and executioner based off of mistakes that people make. People are gonna make mistakes, man.
Yeah.
And people are gonna lose sight of things. We all do that. So what I'm learning, man, for me is I don't do the judging, man. I'm 100% against that. But I mean, she has to work on herself internally, mentally and emotionally, man. She just got some things she got to work on, man. Because for some people, man, um, money is they be all the end all, and B, it's just like that, man. That's the world we live in, brother.
So shouldn't this husband, her current husband, you got to have your head on the swivel? I mean, or at least you got to already know why she's there. So as soon as you hit a financial snag, something happen with your company, or you just
Right,
have a hardship or something,
right,
she's most likely going to be gone. She's left before. She's going to do it again. I mean, she left she had a child. She was a single mother. She had a child. She left that child's father. Then she met
right.
a man who cared about her, poured everything into her. She left that man. Now she's with this man. Something happened with him. She's going to leave him too. So I mean,
Right.
as a guy, man, you have to know these things. You say this woman is so ungrateful. There are women that would give anything to have a man that was sacrificed like that. Yeah, say love has become a transaction. This right here, Lisa Reed. Oh man, that it has. It definitely has become a transaction. When I retweeted this on Twitter, I said rest in peace to relationships and marriage, because it is definitely a transaction now. Like you said, they coming up with the Mack truck full of these requirements, and that's not love. I mean, that's why that whole love this and love that. No, if love was real, then random people would be falling in love regardless of socioeconomic status, looks, money, all that stuff. It wouldn't matter, but it
Right.
does matter. It does matter. You got to have these set of circumstances for you to fall in love. No, that's not what love is. And so going at relationships this way from the love perspective, dude, it's pain, because it's a business, especially if you're going to get married. Marriage is a business, which I'm sure her current husband, he understands that. I'm pretty sure he understands that this is a business. I basically hiring a woman to play a role. If maybe she has some children for him, I am basically buying a wife and a mother. That's how I look at marriage now. If I want to have children, and I know I'm going to get married because I want to have my children raised in a 2-parent home, my thought process with that now is I'm on the market looking for a woman to play the role of a wife or a mother, and I'm looking to buy her as an employee, not no Love and Drew Hill and Jodeci and Jagged Edge and Let's Get Married and all that. No, romantic comedy Disney. No, we're not going that route because it's going to end in disaster. We got to look at it from a business standpoint. And people say, well, when you look at it from a business standpoint, Sean, it takes all of those feelings out of it, whatever, and all of that. And women don't really want to go that route, but you have to go that route, man. You have to protect yourself. John Cena was after I think he had got divorced and he had a girlfriend and they were going to move in together. But before
The
they moved in
wrestler.
together, yeah, the wrestler,
Okay.
he was on some reality show
Right.
and he presented his girlfriend, I forgot the lady's name, with a contract. Basically, she got to sign this contract before she move in with him. And he had some stipulations in the contract. I just realized I ain't had my banner up this whole time. He has some stipulations in the contract.
Right.
One of the stipulations was that he didn't want children, and so he was, hey, sign this because, hey, down the line, I don't want children at no point, and hey, I want to be protected. I want to protect my assets. I want to protect my home, and he had certain things in place to protect himself, and she didn't like that, and she didn't want to do that. And then guess what? A couple months down the line, while they were dealing with each other, she went to a baby shower of a family member. And guess what, Sean? Guess what she wanted to do after she went to the baby shower?
Have a baby.
She wanted kids. And so if John Cena had just blindly got into it with her and got married to her or whatever, now they're stuck. Now he would have been stuck because now she wants kids and he doesn't. Because at first she said, "Oh, I'm fine with that. I don't want no kids either." She told him that I don't want this. Went to that baby shower and now she wants it. See, they have the right and they reserve the right to change their mind. Men and women, you reserve the right to change your mind. It's just that when men decide they want to change their mind and women decide they want to change their mind, it's men that pay the penalty.
Mm. Well, I mean, with all the the reality shows of Bachelor, Bachelorette, um,
People still watching this thing. It's crazy.
make an ultimatum show. I saw something that popped up about an ultimatum, or make it stuff is on TV is so overwhelming, man, that I don't even get involved in the reality stuff, man, because the sanctity and I get another conversation I had with my mom. The sanctity and the sacredness has been destroyed when it comes to uh, a marriage between a man and a woman. It's almost laughable and it's a mockery. So what was designed um, for the foundation has become something else. Um, Again, man, people aren't rational when it comes to relationships. That's why I'm not touching it. I'm
Mhm.
not. I'm not
Especially
touching
the
it, brother.
hopeless, especially the hopeless romantic, Sean.
I'm.
Those are the
I'm.
worst people to deal with.
I'm. I'm not hopeless romantics.
Those the worst. No, because they believe in that. Tell me what you want. They believe in that. They believe in that.
Yeah. The reality of it is, man, is I'm impressed with the people who I grew up as a kid that they fought to keep things together um, through problems, situations, circumstances, adversities, highs, lows, good, the bad, the dirty, the ugly, the gritty, the grimy, the dark. Those people are my relationship heroes. The people who made it 40, 50 years, those are my relationship heroes. People who live in this world
Yeah.
today are so detached from reality um, that they've made just anything. They just made it all. It's a joke, man. It's a sad joke, and it is not something to laugh at. It's not. It's something serious that people don't. It's not even nothing is. It's not even serious no more, man. People don't.
No.
People don't. People don't want to. If people, my mom used to say this too, man. Don't give people what they want, and they will show you who they are. Um, when people don't get what they want, they will show you who they are. So
Yeah.
it's just a topic, man, that, brother, be perfectly honest with you, man, I'm like, I really don't know what to say. Because I'm so disgusted with society and what they do. I'm always trying to I say it to you, be all the time, man. I try to be different on purpose, brother. I don't want to be nothing like them. There is nothing about society and how they do, the way they think, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they act, the way they live, the way they people don't have an idea what love truly means. If people truly knew the definitive meaning and how strong and how powerful the word love was, they would be they would never say it. It's such a badge of
Yeah.
honor to say that you love someone because you have to act in it. Um, I, you know, my thing is, man, for me, I'm just trying to do my best to be a better Sean. I
Yeah.
can't really speak on anything and anybody else, man. All I can, what I see out there, I'm like, my goal is not to be nothing like it. Because it's sad, man. Nothing is. It's almost like nothing in this world is real.
Yeah.
It's like the whole world is detached from reality, man, and they've created this false reality on what things are. And I know God is disgusted every day because that's not what He designed it to be. And no one wants to sit down and have a real adult conversation about it because their mental their mental is so messed up, and people it's like, man, everything is a big joke, man. It's a big joke, man. It's a big joke that I take. I mean, it ain't even funny to me. It used to be funny. It's not even funny no more.
Yeah.
You see it so much, you just be like, all I do now is just be like, you just
Yeah.
hunch your shoulders, man, because it's like it's not gonna change, man. But you have to stand on your standard of what you believe in, man. I mean, I believe in old school all day. Those people, when I see people, man, I'm always asking them, how did you get there? How'd you
Yeah.
get to the
See,
40
the
years? How'd
couples.
you get it to 40, 45 years? How did you get it to
Hmm.
30 years? I mean, how did you get there? And every person that has talked to me, we accepted each other and we don't judge each other. And we fight like gladiators for each other. We don't give up on each other. We don't throw in a towel on each other. We know that we're totally two imperfect people that are coming together that's trying to understand each other, and we understand that it's going to be work. We understand that it's not it's if we put it on the dollar, we lose. If we put it about every time we put on about the money, we lose. I heard LL Cool J said. You and I love what this brother said. I was really shocked to hear LL Cool J say it because it's LL Cool J. He said, "Man, a man of substance doesn't buy his way in.
Yeah.
You got to have more that come to the table. If you buy your way in with a woman, it has nothing to do with anything about what it's about. You are buying fake affection. You are buying fake love. You're buying fake attention. You're buying fake support. You're buying fake loyalty. None of it's real. It's a facade. It's a smokescreen. You are buying it. But once you stop buying it, then you will see what it's all about. And when he said that, I was just like, it's LL Cool J. But that means that man thought process is on a whole different level.
Yeah.
A man of substance is not going to buy love, but when you have to buy it, that says something about that brother's character, his credibility, his state of where he stands as a man. I don't think a real man of substance is going to buy himself in just to get a woman. He'll be alone first. That's just my take and my
Well,
opinion.
yeah, and I get exactly what LL is saying, and I get what you're saying, but you know, if you're buying from the perspective of not buying as far buying love and affection, like you not buying love and affection. Now, if you're paying for her to go away or to get cooperation, I think that's different. But if you're looking to go from a love perspective and nurturing, caring, and stuff like that, and trying to buy, like, you can't buy that. You cannot negotiate genuine desire. This person has to genuinely desire being with you.
Right.
I think that part is definitely different. But as time goes on, Sean, like Lisa Reese say, love has become transactional. It's going to become more transactional. It's become more transactional by the day, where young ladies are pretty much, they're like, yo, if you ain't got this, this, and this, we ain't got to talk. You got to have this, this, and this. You got to have X, Y, Z. You got to make this. You got to have that.
Right.
And the people who are suffering the most when it comes to this is men. It's not women. Women have adapted to this way quicker than we have, because especially if they're looking for a benefit for their time. Yeah, yo, sir, I need you to have X, Y, Z. It's the guys who are coming from that Disney romance perspective. She said, "There's no giving up on one another. No matter what mistake your partner makes, you have to decide what you value more: that mistake or your partner." Yeah, because you could win win the argument, but you could lose the man. I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want to be right so bad to where he's like, you know what? You are right. I am whatever you said I am, and I'm out the door. Is that what you want? Because that's the next step. Once I can see, oh yeah, you know what, babe, you right. I'm probably on my way out the door. And that, not every situation, of course. It's depending on the situation.
Right.
So we can start wrapping up here. You got some final thoughts, sir? Because yeah, we had 42 in. I didn't even realize that.
Man, I can't get this out my head, man. And my final thought is this, man. And all this stuff, man, that we're talking about, brother. we gotta get a society, man. It's just ruined so much, man. It's tearing people apart, man. And when I said that God opposes the proud, people don't understand. When you're prideful, God is fighting against your pride. You're going to lose. It's inevitable. You think, even when you think you're winning, you're losing. The loss just has not come visibly at the forefront of your face.
Yeah.
Society has made pride to be at the forefront, so people can feel as if they can do whatever it is they want to do, and they just totally make it about them instead of making it about each other. But you don't understand, God's going to give his grace to the humble. He's not giving the grace to the proud. He's not giving the grace to the selfish. He's not giving the praise, the grace to the it's all about me. He's not giving the praise, the humbleness. The grace to the people who are self-entitled. You are getting nothing. You may think that you are winning, and you may think that you're right, but you are setting yourself up for failure, and you still are going to lose at the end of the day. It just hasn't caught you yet, but it's coming. My thought process on my whole final thought, man, is like, at the end of the night, at the end of the day, can you sleep with the mindset you have and the decisions that you make? Can you really be at peace of mind and peace in your heart? Do you really have it? If you want something that's fake, then by all means keep doing what you're doing, because you'll never experience something real. And at the end of the day, you're the person that's going to be missing out. That's my final thought.
True that, man. Men, a lack of appreciation starts with you. You have to appreciate yourself first. Because once you appreciate yourself first, others are going to see, like, man, this guy really cares about himself, really takes care of himself. He puts pride into everything that he does. He puts his all into these things that he do. I mean, look at his life, look at his mental, look at his finances, look at his body. When you appreciate yourself, others have no choice but to fall in line, because that's the standard you've set for yourself already. And stop doubting yourself, regardless of what it is you want to do, whether it's a move you want to make, whether it's a relationship you want to get out of, business you want to start, whatever it is. Stop doubting yourself. You're a man. It's in you. Many men before you have done it. Many men after you are going to do it. So just do it. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. That's my final thought. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Check all my social media down here at the bottom. I will be back hopefully tomorrow. I think I'm going to do another show in the morning. Pick a topic and I'm just random and I'm going to go. I definitely will be back this evening. 7:30. I got my sports show. Me and Mr. Reed, we're going to break down the NFL draft. Jacksonville Jaguars purchased the fairgrounds. So that's going to be very interesting in the future of the Jaguars. And potentially whether they're going to renovating the stadium or building a new stadium. We're going to break all of that down because there's been rumors about the team moving again. You know, we've had to deal with that for a very long time. So we're going to get into that, get in the NFL draft, these NBA playoffs, because we got to talk about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving falling flat on their face and getting swept by the Celtics. How in the world do you get swept by the Celtics and you're supposed to be the best player on the planet? I don't know how that happens. But until next time, my people.
So listen. I got a quick
What's
question
up?
for you.
What's up?
And I'm gonna let you go. What do you think about? How do you feel about the Jaguars' choices in the draft?
Trayvon Walker, their number one choice. I had no issue with it. I wanted Evan Neal to tackle from Bama, but Trayvon Walker, I think he's a good player. I think he has a high ceiling. Aiden, I wouldn't have cared about Aiden Hutchinson either because I think Aiden Hutchinson will be able to produce right now. But that was, the number one pick. I could live with that. Now, Devin Lloyd, who they traded up to get at 27, monster. That pick there.
So Devin Lloyd is
linebacker. They traded up to 27 to get him.
Did they get a receiver at all?
They got one late in the draft. I can't remember his name, but they did get one late in the draft. And them not taking any of those receivers early lets me know that they like what they picked up in free agency. So
let's just hope it pans out, man.
Yeah, let's just hope it pans out. But this draft, they've solidified the defense. I don't think you're going to have any issue going forward with the defense. Not saying that they're going to be a top 10 unit right off the bat, but they have the makings of becoming a very, very good unit.
Did just by the line at all?
Yeah, they beat just from free agency and the draft. So you added 2 linebackers in the draft. You added the linebacker who led the league in tackles in free agency. You added one of the top linemen from the Jets. You had another pass rusher from the 49ers. You added the corner from the Rams, Darius Williams, who's a Jacksonville native. You drafted another corner. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they did add another safety. So they've added to every level of the defense. So the defense is something that looks like they were really focused on. And I think they got the job done with that. So, okay. But we're going to talk about that more this evening, people. So please tune in for that.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that one, man.
For sure, man. But I appreciate it. Hey, make sure y'all follow Sean. Driven, was it Driven Not Motivated 21?
Yeah, Driven Not Motivated Instagram. What else? Oh, No Judgment Zone podcast, Gwen's Boys Mindset, YouTube. I mean, y'all know how to find me. Taylor May Train.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
TikTok, all of that.
TikTok, all that. Yeah.
For sure, man. But until next time, man, we are out of here.
All right. Peace everybody.
Out, y'all.